questions? Miriam?
Yes, it sounded like you were talking, like you were in Sunset. The place that I'm always talking about.
I'm her inspiration.
Yeah. That's cool, you know, you have the breeze in there, you have the wind in there. Obviously, you and the wind have a relationship.
Yes. But when it's too cold, I really hate a cold wind that just bites right through, you know? Anybody else, or have I left you speechless?
How much do you revise what you write? Because you were mentioning about this poem that you sort of have different feelings about a different day. Do you tend to?
I always make some revision. It might be a word. It might be, there's usually some. There's very few I don't make some revision. Like even before I came here today, there's a couple here I revised. And that's why I had them here, so that's why. I'm going to have to read this differently. I'll show you yet. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, there's one. That one's revised, so that's how it got read. That was I changed my mind since I wrote that. So yeah, you know, I took out a line. I moved this up to the beginning. I added this, added that, and yeah, and I took that whole line out. You know, so as time goes by, I don't know if we see it better or if we change. I just don't really know, but I know not too many of them don't get some little revision, and some of them get a major overhaul. But usually the major overhauls aren't very many because I'm usually just, I can't throw anything away, so I file this thing in the drawer, but I just hate to throw this stuff away in case one day I want to look at it again, which I would never do, but just in case. Yes?
When you, when I see you often not reading, like memorize, you've got your poetry memorized.
Yes.
And I also know that you're a very prolific writer, hundreds, if not thousands of poems. When you get a poem to the memory stage, is that a conscious choice where you say, I'm going to start memorizing that one, or
Yes.
does it just happen?
Actually, I've got, for the book launch on the 12th, I think I'm going to be reading 18. I've already got 9 memorized, and here was 10 tonight. 3 of them I pretty much got memorized, but they're here anyway, because I've got to do the other 10 between now and the 12th. So, but I like to have them memorized because I can feel them more when I'm not reading. I can actually feel the actual poems more when I'm not looking at a word, when I'm seeing it in my mind and the images are going. So I prefer to memorize, but you know, I can't memorize everything forever, so I try and pick and choose.
Can you tell us something about that memorizing process?
Yes, for me it's a couple of things. I usually will take, well, this one will be a good example. See, I've got that broken, like that. So I'll do this. Run it through, looking at it, run it through first 3 lines, run the first 3 lines again, then run it through with all 6 of them here, and then I'll run it through again, all of them. Once I feel pretty comfortable, I know I'm going to forget it before I finish the thing, but I'm comfortable, I think I got it. So then I do the next. And once I've got that, then I go back and do this and this. And once I've got that, then I get this memorized, then I do this and this and this. Because each time I'm doing that, I'm burning these other ones more into the mind because I'm still doing them. By the time I get down to here, I've done this one at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and the 2, 5 times. So that's a lot of repetition. And then when I've got a poem memorized, they don't stay here forever. So when I go to sleep at night, I pick a couple I think I might have forgotten in my mind, and I start writing them in my mind as I'm going to sleep. And there might be 1 line missing. I've got to look that up tomorrow when I get up. I've got to get that line. And so I get up the next day, go to the computer and grab that, and I'm good, I've got to remember that. So it's a constant thing for me. At night when I'm going to sleep, throughout the day, and new ones. And I put images to them too. I try and see some of the stuff that's happening. Like on that one, along the dry gulch of a dust brittle top, well, I actually see the desert thing, and then it's like there, and then there's dusk. You know, and so things like that, if I can see that, it makes it much easier too. So that's my memorization process.